Alright students, right now we'll be applying the principle of moments to solve these questions. Can you guys recall the 5 steps on how we can solve the questions using the principle of moments? Let's take a look at this question. Find the value of f, assuming that the system is in equilibrium. So, let us use the 5 steps that we have discussed in the previous question to solve this question. Step 1. Identify the pivot. So as we can see from the question, the pivot is down here. Now next, we must identify the forces and direction. So what are the forces involved? As you can see, the forces involved are 10 Newton, F, and the 2 Newton force. So once we have identified the forces, what are the direction of the forces? Can you now determine the direction for all these 3 forces? I hope you have identified it correctly. Now for the 10 Newton, the force from the pivot, the direction of the force will be clockwise. So we will give it a clockwise symbol. How about for F? The direction will be anti-clockwise. And lastly, for the 2 Newton force, the direction will be clockwise. Now, next, third step, we must identify the perpendicular distance. So, for the 10 Newton force, what will be the perpendicular distance? Remember that perpendicular distance must be from the pivot to the force, and it must form a right angle. So in this case, if we take note of the distance from the pivot to the force and the right angle part, you realize that the distance for the 10 Newton force is 6 meters. And the perpendicular distance for the force F would be 2 meters. And lastly, for the 2 Newton force, the perpendicular distance will be 6 meters. Now, using the principle of moments, we can then find out our unknown force F. But first, we must calculate the sum of clockwise moments. So the sum of clockwise moment will be equals to 10 Newton times 6 meter plus 2 Newton times 6 meter, and this will give me a total of 72 Newton meter. Now for the sum of anti-clockwise moment, it will be equals just F Newton times 2 meter, giving you 2F Newton meter. So, using the principle of moments, then we know that the sum of clockwise moments must be equal to the sum of the anti-clockwise moments. Therefore, 72 Newton meter must be equals to 2F Newton meter. Therefore, your F will be 72 divided by 2, giving you 36 Newton.